Hi, can you hear me okay?
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. My name is Ethan. What's your name?
My name is Abhishek.
Abhishek. Okay, nice to meet you, Abhishek.
Thank you and nice to meet you too.
Thank you very much. And where are you from, Abhishek?
I'm from India.
Oh, from India. Fantastic. What part of India are you living in?
I'm from southern part,
Southern part of India. Okay, interesting. And what is the name of your city?
Karnataka, Bangalore.
Wow, oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I am from a city called Niagara Falls. That is my hometown. But right now, I live in a different part of Canada called Quebec. Have you ever heard of Quebec before?
No, no.
No. It's a big part of Canada that is French speaking. Here, most people speak French instead of English. I actually just recently moved here. But tell me a little bit more about yourself, Abhishek. What do you do in southern India?
I am basically uh, studying engineering now.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, doing my second year in computer science.
Okay, awesome. And what made you decide to study computer science?
Yeah, it's just a random decision I took. I
I
basically
understand.
wanted to go to teaching field because I am very interested in physics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
As my passion, I'm continuing the teaching to high school students, 10th, 9th, 11th, and 12th.
Wow, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
do you have any other teachers in your family, or what made you decide to become a teacher?
I'm basically inspired by my teachers, my own teachers. The way they're very patient, calm, friendly, and their knowledge. So I thought, yeah, that is what my inspiration and motivation from my own teachers.
That's fantastic. I think that when you have some teachers that are inspirational like this, they really take the time to, um, show you things in a careful way. They take the time to get to know you on a personal level, and they are sharing, their knowledge and their wisdom with you. It makes a huge difference, right? And I think that that's fantastic that that has inspired you to become a teacher in the future.
Yeah.
Do you think that there might be any challenges with teaching the age levels that you plan to teach?
Yeah, as if now I can teach only high school students.
Okay.
But as and when I go further, I
Yes.
want to teach university students as well.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm still 19 now, but I need to finish my engineering. Then I
Of
need
course.
to do my masters.
Of
Then
course.
yeah, and challenges are there.
Of course. Yes, definitely. Now, after you do your undergraduate and graduate school in computer engineering, will you have to do any additional courses to get a teaching certification, or no?
Yeah, I need to do my masters.
Yeah.
2 years.
Will you do your master's in education then?
Yeah, 2 years of masters.
Okay.
It's basically called Master of Technology, MTech.
I understand. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that it's a little bit different here in Canada. We have um, a university program that is specifically for training teachers. So
Oh,
if you want to teach in a specific subject area like technology or math or science, first you can do your undergraduate in that program. And then you go to what we call teachers college, where you get a certificate that trains you to be a good teacher, basically.
oh.
But it seems like it works a little bit differently there. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome in Canada.
For sure, for sure. And do you have any other hobbies or passions, Abhishek?
Yeah, like other than my teaching, I just love to read more books and gain more knowledge from the books.
Oh, fantastic. And what kinds of books do you like to read?
I like to read historic books. I need to know more about history.
Okay, yes, I think history is very interesting
Yeah,
because,
cultures, traditions, and
yes,
basically read more about our prime ministers, presidents, the way they came, they ruled.
Definitely. So are you more interested in specifically the history of your country or global history?
As if now, I'm just knowing my country's history.
Okay.
As I
Okay.
got to know more and more, I'm interested to know everything.
That's totally fair. I think that India has one of the longest histories out of all of the countries in the world. So there's definitely a lot to study there to begin with.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, you're right. I think that it's nice to start there and expand outwards afterwards. Um, and what period in Indian history is most interesting to you?
What period? During the period of our great Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi. She was the only one Prime Minister. She's a woman Prime Minister.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I
that's amazing.
really, yeah, I really like the way of ruling India. And yeah, why? Because till now, till today, we only got only one female Prime Minister.
Really? Wow, that's amazing. Yes, I think that um, that is something that a lot of other countries have never had, right? Or it's only happened in a very limited way or for a limited time. Do you
Yeah,
think that it would be beneficial to a lot of places to encourage more female politicians to run for prime minister or president?
definitely. Females should be given more priority now.
Yes, I think that
Also be equally important as men.
I agree. I agree
Yeah,
definitely. Yes, I think that both men and women deserve equal opportunities when it comes to politics, right? They both have very good skills and abilities and experiences that they can offer that will help the people of their country, I think, right?
yeah. And have you been to India ever?
Actually, yes, I have. I visited India about 2 years ago, and I was there for 6 weeks when I came to visit. So I went to quite a few different places.
Like, you came for any teaching purpose or just for visiting some places?
Actually, I was just there on vacation for visiting purposes. I was just leaving another teaching job that I had been doing in Japan. I was actually teaching in Japan for two
Oh,
years,
I think in
and when I
Japan.
left Japan, I wanted to travel to some other parts of Asia before heading home. So India was one of the countries that I visited during that trip.
And which are the places you visited in India?
I started in Delhi, and then I went to um, a, few different places in Rajasthan, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Udaipur. I also went down to where else? Kolkata, Mumbai. I was briefly in Varanasi. I went a little bit more south to Goa, and I went all the way up north. I forget the name of the city that I traveled to in the north, but I tried to do as many different parts of the country as possible because
I
I know
know.
that each city is very different in India, right?
Very different. And I think you have tried different varieties of food in India.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I love Indian food, and I loved getting to try the different foods in each region because you're right, it was so unique in each place.
Yeah. And I think you have visited Hampi also, right?
Yes, you're right. You're right. I have visited. How did you know that?
I basically follow more YouTube.
Oh, really?
I have seen most of the videos of your YouTube conversations with many students.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. Well, I'm glad that you got a chance to watch some of those videos. And
Yeah.
yes, I did visit, and it was an amazing city. I really enjoyed my time there.
And Hampi is basically in my state. It is in my state.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. That's awesome. Yes, I think I remember that. And I think when I was planning my India trip, I wanted to try to go to all of the states, but obviously it's impossible to do the whole country in the short trip.
Yeah.
Even though I was there for 6 weeks, I was still limited with time. But in the future, I would love to return to India again and travel to other places that I didn't get a chance to see, or return to some of the places that I did.
Yeah, hope to see you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so tell me a little bit more about yourself, Abhishek. Do you currently live with your family or do you live alone?
Yeah, I currently live with my parents here. I don't like to be alone.
Okay, that's totally fair. Do you have a big family or just just you and your parents?
Just I and my parents and a younger sister.
Ah, okay, interesting. Oh, that's fantastic. And um, do you plan on staying with your parents until you're finished university, or do you have any goals of moving anytime soon?
No, until my university completion, I will remain with my parents.
Okay, I think that that's a good idea. I think it's a great opportunity, first of all, to save up a little bit of money, right? But also, eventually when you do move out, it's hard to go back again, I think. So while you have the support of your family, it's really good to embrace that and to take advantage of that, right?
Yeah, and tell me some about your experience about in teaching Japan. Why did you choose Japan?
Oh, that's a great question. Yeah, I chose Japan to teach because I have always had an interest in Japanese culture, Japanese history, Japanese art. There's a lot about Japan that I've been interested in since a young age. And eventually, when I decided that I wanted to teach English abroad, I wanted to go to some other countries to teach. I saw that there were a lot of good teaching opportunities there. So the more research that I did and the more that I read and learned about other people's experiences in Japan, it seemed like a really good first place to start. And I'm really glad that I did go because I really loved my time there. I was teaching there for about 2 years and it was amazing.
Oh, that's very awesome experience you have got there.
Yes, for sure, for sure. But there are more places that I would love to teach as well in the future.
Yeah, hope to see in India also as a teacher.
Yes, definitely. I think at some point that would be amazing. As I said, I loved my time there, so I can't wait to come back. And if there are some great teaching opportunities I can find in India, that's definitely something I would consider.
Yeah. And how long have you been teaching English?
Oh, another good question. Yeah, I've been teaching English now for I would say about 5 years, maybe almost 6 years at this point, because I taught a little bit of English here first in Canada, then I moved to Japan for a couple years, then I was teaching in Korea, and now I've been teaching online since the start of the pandemic. So I've got experience in a few different countries, but also now a few years of experience online teaching as well.
Okay, that's very awesome, cool experiences. You are gaining more experiences from different, like, different countries, teaching to different people.
For sure. Yes, definitely. And can I ask you another question as well, Abhishek?
Yeah,
Do you currently study online for your university, or do you go to in-person classes?
yeah. As if now, I just finished my semester in offline,
Ah, okay,
and
okay.
I have exams in the next month,
Ah, I understand. Okay,
and they're
and
just doing some revision classes in online now.
I understand. Okay, and what do you prefer? Do you think that you prefer to have offline classes or online classes?
Definitely offline.
Yeah, you prefer. I think that a lot of people prefer offline classes, and there are, quite a few differences, I think. But what makes you choose offline classes? Why do you prefer that?
In online, some network issues will be there. Some I don't know. I can't understand properly. Whereas in offline, uh, we'll be in touch with our teachers.
Ah, yes, you can have more of a personal connection with them, right? Being there in person, it's probably easier to communicate, ask questions, get answers, that kind of thing, right?
Exactly, exactly.
And do you have friends in your program that you like to see when you go to your offline classes as well?
Yeah, I have made so many friends,
Yeah, I
and
think that's another big benefit to offline classes, right? When it's online, it feels a little bit lonely sometimes if you're only always at home. You don't
yeah,
get to have those social interactions at school,
during
and
COVID,
that's
my first
something.
and second semester I just spent in online, so I couldn't meet much of my friends. Now it's offline. I'm meeting so many friends.
Oh, that's fantastic! I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, are most of your friends that you've met in your program?
Yeah, I think time is going to end today. We'll speak some
Yes.
other day.
Sounds good, my friend. Well, it was very nice to